What's up, guys? One Among the Fence here. I just got back from the Rocky Mountain football game and I played in the band. We did really good. We performed on the field. We performed our show on the field. And compared to last week, dude, last week's show sucked. Like, seriously, it was not good at all. Compared to last week's show, this one was amazing. This show that we did today, it was so good. And I'm pretty sure someone got it on film. We're gonna watch it sometime next time in band or something, like in band or at band practice or something. But it was real good. If like from where I was at, it actually it didn't go too bad. I mean, there were some parts where like people were like slowing down in the music, or Brandon, the tenor saxophone. I think I told you about him was. At the part where it's like, and then it pauses for 4 counts, and it's like, you know, at the pause, at the 4 count pause, Brandon played, because he was playing too slowly. Brandon was playing too slowly, so he played during that pause, so he was the only one playing. So in the video, if there is one, in the video, we're gonna hear him, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, who was that, dude?" You know, they're gonna freak out. But dude, besides that, it was actually pretty good. I mean, and there are some parts where people forgot to like move when they're supposed to. People forgot to start moving when they were supposed to. But dude, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But if as you can tell, I'm kind of sick right now, dude. Oh my gosh, I've been sick for like the past 3 days. Like at the Coheed, dude, I went down to the Coheed concert yesterday. Dude, it was so good. That freaking concert was amazing. Even though it was an acoustic set and they only played 4 songs, it was still freaking awesome. I don't care. I mean, I would have preferred like 10 songs and electric guitars, and you know, that's what they were originally gonna do. But the thing is, there was a huge rainstorm yesterday. A huge rain, hailstorm. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. Like, okay, so the concert yesterday was on the same day as marching band practice from 6 to 9. Oh my gosh, this sucks. So the concert was the same time as marching band practice. So me and Braden had to go to DeWitt and talk to him about it. And he's like, "Nope, you have to be there. You have to be at practice. If you don't show up, we have to repeat everything that we did the previous day. You have to be there. It's not fair to the rest of the band. It's not fair. Okay? You have to be there. I know it sucks. I know. I've been there. I've been through this. And it sucks. I know. Believe me. And I hate this schedule too. Believe me, I hate the schedule. I would have changed the schedule if I had to, but I can't. So you have to be there. There's no exception. It's not fair to anyone else in the band for you guys to miss, for you guys to skip band and have them repeat everything they did the previous day. It's just not fair." And after that huge big speech that he had, Braden just kept on convincing him. He just kept on denying. You know, freaking stuffy nose, man. Oh my god, stuffy nose. Dude, this seriously sucks. I can't even breathe through my nose. It's like, if I try to breathe, it just like goes. It sounds like I'm sniffling, but I'm actually breathing like. And it freaking burns my nose when I do that. This sucks, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so Brayden just kept on denying, and he's like, "Okay, well, what if we practiced on our own time?" He's like, "No, it's not the same. It's not the same. You have to be there. There's no exception. You have to be there." And he just kept saying that over and over. You have to be there. But when I asked him, I was like, "So there's a concert today." He's like, "Okay." And I was like, "And it starts at 6. And he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "So we were just wondering." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "No, I think he was just no. I think he was just like." So I was like, and we were just wondering, and he's like, "No." He's like, "No." He's like starts to laugh. He's like, "No. No, you have to be at practice." Like, I was like, "Oh my gosh, so weird. Why did I have to freaking say?" But anyway, yeah. But Brayden again. So Brayden, back to Brayden. But Brayden was like, he was like, "So what if we just practiced on our own time?" And Dylan's like, oh, you have to be there, you have to be there. And then Brayden goes, well, what if we... No, he's like, what? Well, the concert doesn't start till 2. And Coheed doesn't play till 6:45. And DeWitt was like, okay, so are you guys doing anything after school? And I was like, I don't have anything going on. So he's like, okay, well, if you guys can stay after school and practice your sets 20 through 26 with music and come back, well, he's like, well, when does the concert end? And I was like, no, Braden was like, no, actually, I was like 7:25. He's like, okay, if you can be back here at 8 o'clock, because that's when we set our sets anyway. So if you can be back here at 8 o'clock, then I'm fine with you going. And me and Braden were like, okay, sounds good. And then we left his band. We left the band, and we're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just let us go. He's letting us go to the freaking concert. I can't believe it. But yeah, dude, it was freaking. It's awesome. So we went to the concert. Anyway, back to the concert. No, actually, no. I gotta talk about the storm. So me and Braden, after school, we were practicing. We were practicing our sets, and we didn't have music because it was raining, and it was like barely even raining. It wasn't even raining that hard. It was raining, but it wasn't raining that hard. So we were only practicing for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden, it just starts pouring down rain, and it was just like I couldn't see a thing. I seriously couldn't see where I was going. That's how hard the rain was pouring down. I couldn't see a thing, and I just hurried out to my car. And Dalen was in the driver's seat. I was like, dude, what are you doing in my driver's seat? Get out of the way, dude. Trying to get in the driver's seat because I was freaking getting soaked. And literally, I got in the car and all the windows were just freaking. They were just freaking just wet, and they were just rain pouring down, and it was just like drenched in water, and I could not see a thing. Even when I turned my windshield wipers on, it still was raining so hard that it wasn't fast enough. The windshield wipers weren't fast enough, so I could hardly see as I was driving. And plus, the windows were all fogged up because the rain was so cold, so I could hardly even see like where I was going. But I was able to take Michael, Lissy, and Dalen home. So, and then by the time we took them home, the rain stopped. So me and Braden went back to practice, and we only practiced for like 10 minutes. We were like, okay, dude, we're fine. We're totally good. So we went to the concert, and dude, it was awesome. It was so freaking fun. I got to the Idaho Center, and actually before we practiced, we actually left school early. We left during lunch, and we went to the Idaho Center down in Nampa. And the reason why we went down there so early is because we were gonna ask if we're able to leave and then come back, and they said no. But the thing is, I forgot to ask them. Braden was like, okay, you're gonna ask him, okay? So I was gonna ask him, but dude, I totally forgot. And the lady scanned my ticket, and then Braden walked through, and he just didn't have her scan his ticket. He's like, so are we allowed to come? Are we allowed to leave and then come back? And she's like, no, there's no re-entry allowed. And I was like, oh crap, she already scanned my ticket. And Braden's like, oh crap, dude. So I had to talk to some other guy and have him sign my ticket so that he could let me in when I came back. And later we came back and we had practice and everything. Like we went to band practice, our band practice, like our personal band practice. We went back at 6, and as we were driving back, dude, it started pouring again. It started pouring like so hard again, and there were floods. Like seriously, the streets were flooded, and in Bridge Tower, the neighborhood near here, one of the dips in the road where it like has the gutter, and it dips into the road. That thing was seriously like a foot deep. Like seriously, I'm not even kidding. They were so deep that there were kids swimming in there. That's how deep it was. It was probably like 7 or 8 inches, not a foot, but it was so deep. It was deep, dude. And I actually drove through it, and there were waves just around my car. It was so great. I've never seen a flood in Boise in my life ever. Well, I guess Marion, but same thing. I've never seen a flood in this city before in my life. I've never seen a flood, period. It wasn't even actually, it technically wasn't a flood. It was just like, because a flood is like 2 feet deep of water, No, not 2 feet, but like a foot and a half or a foot, you know. But this one was like 6 inches, so it wasn't really a flood. But still, it was so deep, it was awesome. But anyway, we drove to Nampa. We drove to the Agro Center, and on the way there were just puddles and puddles of water, like floods of water, and there's so much traffic, you know. I was afraid we weren't going to make it on time, but we did. And I was actually able to get back in, surprisingly, even with the guy's signature on my ticket, so I was able to get in and watch Coheed, and I filmed all their songs, even though, okay, so since there was a storm, they only played 4 songs. They're, dude, get away, Fly. They only played 4 songs with acoustic guitars, you know, because of the storm, because it threw off the whole schedule. So they had to make it quick. So they had to do acoustic, they had to do acoustic versions of their songs, and and only 4 songs to get back on track with the schedule. And it sucks though because there was only 4 songs, but I don't even care. Like seriously, I don't even care that there were only 4 songs. It was still an amazing show. It was awesome. So I got them all. I got them all on video. And actually, before they actually got on, I saw Claudio, Travis, and Zach, and Travis's wife. All of them were like in a group, and they were walking around. I don't know why they were walking around, but they were just walking around, and I was like on against the fence. I was one among the fence. No, just kidding. That is where that expression comes from, though. Is coding camera. It's one among the fence. That's what this account name is. One among. Okay, anyway. So I was like up against the fence, and they were walking along like okay, so it was like a little valley, I guess. It was kind of a mini valley. It was kind of like a mini valley, and there was the stage was in the middle, and there was like okay, so here's the stage right here, right? And then there was like a sidewalk right there, like asphalt, like sidewalk, like surrounding the stage, and they were walking along that. And I was up against the fence that was keeping everyone from going onto the stage or onto the the whatever to watch them. But there was a fence keeping people from doing that. But I was up against that fence, and I saw Claudio and Travis's wife and Zach Cooper, and I filmed them. Oh my gosh, jeez, man, oh, that's so crazy. But anyway, I filmed them, and it was like a 30-second video, but I filmed them walking, and I yelled Claudio's name. I was like, Claudio! And he didn't look over until like 3 seconds later. I was like, Claudio! And he was like, and then he like kind of looked at me. He didn't really like directly at me, but he like looked in the general direction. And someone else over there was like, Claudio! And then Claudio goes, he waves to him, but not me. What the heck, man? You don't wave to me, but you wave to that random dude. I yelled his name, and I was seriously like 10 feet away from him. And I yelled his name, and he didn't even look over at me. Well, he did, but like in the general direction. Like he's like, what? Did I say my name? I was like, Claudio! And he didn't even look over. And then all of a sudden someone else goes, Claudio! And I was like, and he's like, I could probably post that on as one of the vlogs, You're like, rejected by Claudio or whatever, But anyway, this video is getting really long, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, and you guys all have a fantastic September, so see you later. Well, no one's watching this, so why do I even have to say that? But anyway, just bye.